and completely forgotten why you were there? Or struggled to recall someone's name moments after meeting them? Maybe you found yourself reading the same paragraph 3 times because your mind keeps wandering. If you're nodding along right now, I want you to know something important. You're not alone. And more importantly, there's hope. Today, I'm going to share something with you that could change the way you think about brain health forever. It's called Moringa, and the science behind what it can do for your memory and focus is absolutely fascinating. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how this incredible plant works in your brain and how you can use it to sharpen your mind, improve your memory, and reclaim the mental clarity you deserve. Before we dive deeper, I want to ask you something, and I really want you to take a moment to think about this and share your answer in the comments below. What's the biggest mental challenge you're facing right now? Is it brain fog that makes it hard to think clearly? Trouble remembering important details? Difficulty concentrating on tasks? Or maybe you're worried about keeping your brain healthy as you get older. Leave a comment and let me know, because understanding what you're going through helps me create content that truly serves you. And who knows, your comment might help someone else realize they're not alone in their struggle. Now, let me tell you why I'm so passionate about sharing this information with you. Throughout my years working with patients and studying the connection between nutrition and brain health, I've seen countless people struggling with memory problems, poor concentration, and that frustrating mental fog that makes everything feel harder than it should be. And here's what breaks my heart. So many people think this is just something they have to accept, especially as they age. But that's simply not true. Your brain is incredibly adaptable, and when you give it the right support, it can heal, strengthen, and perform at levels you might have thought were lost forever. So what exactly is Moringa, and why am I talking about it today? Moringa oleifera is a tree native to parts of Africa and Asia, and it's been used in traditional medicine for thousands of years. Some people call it the miracle tree, and honestly, when you look at the research, you start to understand why. Every part of this tree, from the leaves to the seeds to the roots, contains powerful compounds that can support your health. But today, we're focusing specifically on what it can do for your brain. And trust me, the science here is remarkable. Let me start by explaining what's actually happening in your brain when you experience memory problems or difficulty focusing. Your brain is the most complex organ in your body, containing roughly 86 billion neurons, all constantly communicating with each other through electrical and chemical signals. For your brain to function properly, these neurons need several things: adequate energy, protection from damage, good blood flow, and the right balance of brain chemicals called neurotransmitters. When any of these factors are compromised, you start experiencing symptoms like forgetfulness, poor concentration, mental fatigue, and that dreaded brain fog. One of the biggest threats to your brain health is something called oxidative stress. Now, I know that sounds technical, but stay with me, because this is crucial to understanding how Moringa works. Inside your body, you're constantly producing molecules called free radicals. These are unstable molecules that can damage your cells, including your precious brain cells. It's like rust forming on metal, except this rust is forming in your brain. A little bit of oxidative stress is normal, and your body has systems to handle it. But when you're exposed to things like pollution, stress, poor diet, lack of sleep, and just the normal aging process, the production of free radicals can overwhelm your body's natural defenses. This is where Moringa comes in, with its extraordinary protective power. Moringa leaves are absolutely packed with antioxidants, compounds that neutralize those damaging free radicals. We're talking about vitamin C, vitamin E, beta-carotene, and powerful plant compounds called polyphenols and flavonoids. In fact, Studies have shown that moringa has one of the highest antioxidant contents of any plant ever studied. When you consume moringa, you're essentially giving your brain an army of protectors that shield your neurons from damage. This protection is absolutely critical for maintaining healthy brain function and preventing the kind of cognitive decline that so many people fear. But moringa's brain benefits go far beyond just antioxidant protection. Let me tell you about something truly exciting that researchers have discovered. Moringa has been shown to enhance the production and function of neurotransmitters, those chemical messengers I mentioned earlier that allow your brain cells to communicate. Specifically, moringa appears to support healthy levels of serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine. These neurotransmitters are absolutely essential for memory formation, focus, mood regulation, and overall cognitive performance. When these chemicals are balanced and functioning properly, you think more clearly, remember things more easily, and feel more mentally sharp and alert. There's also fascinating research showing that moringa can help protect against neuroinflammation. Inflammation in the brain is increasingly recognized as a major contributor to cognitive decline, memory problems, and various neurological conditions. Chronic inflammation can damage brain cells and interfere with the formation of new neural connections, which are essential for learning and memory. Moringa contains powerful anti-inflammatory compounds that can help calm this inflammation and create a healthier environment for your brain to function optimally. Now, let's talk about something that might surprise you. Your brain, despite being only about 2% of your body weight, uses approximately 20% of your body's energy. That means your brain is incredibly hungry for fuel, specifically glucose and oxygen delivered through your bloodstream. Moringa has been shown to support healthy blood sugar levels and improve circulation. Better blood flow means more oxygen and nutrients reaching your brain cells, which translates directly into better mental energy, sharper focus, and improved cognitive performance. Some people who start taking moringa report feeling like a mental fog has literally lifted, and this improved circulation is likely a big part of why. Let me share something else that really excites me about moringa and brain health. There's a process in your brain called neuroplasticity, which is your brain's ability to form new neural connections, adapt, and even create new brain cells. For a long time, scientists thought that once you reached adulthood, you were stuck with the brain cells you had. But we now know that's not true. Your brain can continue to grow, adapt, and strengthen throughout your entire life. And here's the amazing part. Moringa appears to support this process. Some studies suggest that the nutrients and compounds in moringa can enhance neuroplasticity, helping your brain form new connections more easily. This is absolutely crucial for learning new things, forming memories, and maintaining cognitive flexibility as you age. I want to talk to you about something called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. Think of BDNF as fertilizer for your brain. It's a protein that supports the survival of existing neurons and encourages the growth of new ones. Higher levels of BDNF are associated with better memory, improved learning, and enhanced cognitive function. Lower levels are linked to depression, cognitive decline, and various neurological problems. Research suggests that moringa may help increase BDNF levels, essentially helping your brain maintain and grow its neural networks. This is one of the mechanisms that makes moringa so powerful for long-term brain health. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. This all sounds great, but is there actual scientific evidence backing this up? Or is this just another health trend? I completely understand that skepticism, and I appreciate it because it means you're thinking critically. So let me share some of the research with you. Multiple studies have examined moringa's effects on brain health and cognitive function, and the results are genuinely impressive. In animal studies, researchers have found that moringa extract improved memory and learning ability in subjects experiencing age-related cognitive decline. The subjects who received Moringa showed better performance on memory tests and had healthier brain tissue when examined. Another study found that Moringa helped protect brain cells from damage caused by oxidative stress and improved the activity of important antioxidant enzymes in the brain. Research has also demonstrated that Moringa can help protect against damage caused by aluminum toxicity, which is particularly relevant because aluminum exposure has been associated with cognitive problems. Human studies, while still limited, are also showing promise. People supplementing with Moringa have reported improvements in mental clarity, focus, and energy levels. While we definitely need more large-scale human trials, and I always want to be honest with you about the state of the research, the combination of traditional use spanning thousands of years, the known nutrient profile of Moringa, and the emerging scientific evidence creates a compelling picture of a plant with genuine brain-boosting potential. Let's talk about the nutritional powerhouse that is Moringa, because understanding what's actually in this plant will help you appreciate why it's so effective. Moringa leaves contain 7 times more vitamin C than oranges. They have 4 times more vitamin A than carrots, 4 times more calcium than milk, and 3 times more potassium than bananas. They're also rich in B vitamins, particularly vitamin B6, which is crucial for brain function and the production of neurotransmitters. The protein content is impressive too, containing all 9 essential amino acids, which makes it a complete protein source. Your brain needs these amino acids to build neurotransmitters and maintain healthy brain tissue. But it's not just about the vitamins and minerals. Moringa contains unique compounds called isothiocyanates, which have powerful anti-inflammatory and neuroprotective properties. It also contains quercetin, a flavonoid that's been shown to support brain health and may help protect against oxidative damage. Another important compound is chlorogenic acid, which can help regulate blood sugar levels. And as we discussed, stable blood sugar is crucial for optimal brain function. I want to address something important here. While Moringa is incredibly nutrient-dense and has powerful brain protective properties, it's not a magic bullet, and I would never want you to think of it that way. Brain health is multifaceted. You can't eat a terrible diet, never exercise, sleep poorly, and be chronically stressed, then take Moringa and expect it to completely fix everything. Moringa works best as part of a comprehensive approach to brain health. Think of it as a powerful tool in your toolbox, not the only tool. So, what else should you be doing to support your brain? Let me give you the complete picture. First, sleep is absolutely non-negotiable for brain health. During deep sleep, your brain literally clears out toxic waste products that accumulate during the day. It consolidates memories, processes emotions, and repairs damage. If you're not getting 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep regularly, no supplement in the world can fully compensate for that. Make sleep a priority. Exercise is another critical piece. When you move your body, you increase blood flow to your brain, stimulate the production of BDNF, reduce inflammation, and support the growth of new brain cells. You don't have to become a marathon runner. Even moderate activity like brisk walking for 30 minutes a day can have profound effects on your cognitive function. The research on exercise and brain health is so strong that if we could bottle the benefits of exercise into a pill, it would be the most prescribed medication for brain health in the world. Your diet matters enormously. Your brain needs a steady supply of nutrients to function properly. Focus on whole foods, plenty of vegetables, healthy fats like those found in fish, nuts, and avocados, and minimize processed foods, excess sugar, and unhealthy fats. The Mediterranean diet and similar eating patterns have been consistently associated with better cognitive function and lower risk of cognitive decline. And this is where Moringa fits beautifully, because it can help fill nutritional gaps and provide concentrated brain-supporting compounds. Mental stimulation is also crucial. Your brain is like a muscle in the sense that it grows stronger with use. Challenge yourself to learn new things. Engage in activities that require focus and concentration. Read, do puzzles, learn a language, play a musical instrument. When you challenge your brain regularly, you're promoting the formation of new neural connections and maintaining cognitive reserve, which is essentially your brain's resilience against age-related decline. Social connection is often overlooked, but incredibly important for brain health. Meaningful social interactions stimulate your brain, reduce stress, and have been shown to protect against cognitive decline. Loneliness and social isolation, on the other hand, are associated with increased risk of dementia and other cognitive problems. Make time for the people who matter to you. Stress management cannot be ignored. Chronic stress floods your brain with cortisol, which at high levels can actually damage brain structures involved in memory, particularly the hippocampus. Find healthy ways to manage stress, whether that's meditation, deep breathing, time in nature, yoga, or whatever works for you. This is not optional if you want to maintain optimal brain function. Now, let's get practical. If you're interested in trying Moringa for brain health, how do you actually use it? Moringa is available in several forms, and each has its advantages. Moringa powder is probably the most versatile option. It's made from dried moringa leaves that have been ground into a fine powder. You can add it to smoothies, mix it into juices, stir it into soups, or even add it to baked goods. The taste is slightly earthy and green, similar to matcha but milder. Most people find it quite pleasant, especially when mixed with other ingredients. Moringa capsules or tablets are convenient if you don't like the taste or want a simple, portable option. This makes it easy to take a consistent dose every day without having to think about how to incorporate it into your meals. Moringa tea is another option. You can buy moringa tea bags or make tea from dried moringa leaves. This gives you a gentle, nourishing drink that you can enjoy throughout the day. Fresh moringa leaves, if you can find them or grow your own moringa tree, are wonderful. They can be added to salads, cooked like spinach, or blended into dishes. However, fresh leaves aren't as widely available as the dried forms, so most people will use powder or capsules. What about dosage? This is important because you want to get enough to experience benefits without overdoing it. Most studies that have shown positive effects use doses ranging from about 500 milligrams to 2 grams of moringa powder per day. If you're new to moringa, I recommend starting with a smaller amount, maybe half a teaspoon of powder or 1 capsule per day, and gradually increasing as your body adjusts. Some people experience mild digestive changes when first introducing moringa, so starting slow allows your system to adapt. Consistency is more important than taking large amounts. Your brain benefits from steady, regular support rather than occasional large doses. Try to incorporate moringa into your daily routine in a way that feels sustainable. Maybe you add it to your morning smoothie, take a capsule with breakfast, or enjoy moringa tea in the afternoon. Find what works for your lifestyle. Quality matters tremendously when it comes to supplements. Not all moringa products are created equal. Look for organic moringa from reputable sources. The product should be pure moringa without unnecessary fillers or additives. If possible, choose moringa that has been third-party tested for purity and potency. This ensures you're getting what the label says and that the product is free from contaminants. Unfortunately, the supplement industry is not as tightly regulated as it should be, so doing your homework and choosing quality brands is essential. Let me address safety and potential side effects, because I want you to have complete information. Moringa is generally considered very safe from most people when consumed in appropriate amounts. It has a long history of use as food and medicine in many cultures. However, there are a few things to be aware of. Some people may experience digestive upset, particularly when first starting moringa, or if taking large amounts. This usually resolves as your body adjusts, or by reducing the dose. If you're pregnant or breastfeeding, it's important to talk to your healthcare provider before using Moringa supplements. While Moringa leaves are eaten as food in many cultures during pregnancy, concentrated supplements are different, and it's best to get professional guidance for your specific situation. If you're taking medications, particularly medications for diabetes or blood pressure, you should consult with your doctor before adding Moringa to your routine. Moringa can affect blood sugar and blood pressure levels, which is generally a good thing, but it means it could potentially interact with medications that do the same thing. Your doctor may need to adjust your medication doses. This doesn't mean you can't take Moringa. It just means you need professional oversight to do it safely. If you have any medical conditions, especially thyroid disorders, it's wise to discuss Moringa use with your healthcare provider. Moringa may affect thyroid function, and while this isn't necessarily a problem, it's something that should be monitored if you have existing thyroid issues. I also want to mention that while Moringa is wonderful, it should not be used as a replacement for medical treatment. If you're experiencing significant memory problems, confusion, or other concerning cognitive symptoms, please see a healthcare provider for proper evaluation. These could be signs of underlying conditions that need medical attention. Moringa can be a valuable part of supporting your brain health, but it doesn't replace proper medical care when needed. Let me share with you what you might expect when you start incorporating Moringa into your routine for brain health. Everyone is different, so experiences vary, but based on both research and anecdotal reports, here's what many people notice. Within the first few days to a week, some people report feeling more mentally alert and energized. This could be related to Moringa's nutrient density and its effects on blood sugar regulation and circulation. Over the course of a few weeks, many people notice improvements in their ability to focus and concentrate. Tasks that previously felt mentally draining might feel more manageable. That afternoon brain fog might lift, allowing you to stay productive later into the day. Memory improvements typically take a bit longer to become noticeable, often several weeks to a few months. You might find yourself remembering names more easily, recalling where you put things without having to search, or retaining information you've read more effectively. The neuroprotective and anti-inflammatory effects are working from day one, but these are the kinds of benefits that pay off over the long term. You're not necessarily going to feel these happening, but they're contributing to the long-term health and resilience of your brain. This is why consistency is so important. You're not just looking for a quick fix. You're investing in the health of your brain for years to come. Some people also report improvements in mood and stress resilience after taking Moringa regularly. This makes sense, given Moringa's effects on neurotransmitters and its adaptogenic properties. Adaptogens are substances that help your body adapt to stress and maintain balance. While Moringa isn't classified as a traditional adaptogen like ashwagandha or rhodiola, it does appear to have some adaptogenic qualities. I want to give you some practical tips for getting the most out of Moringa. First, consider taking Moringa in the morning or early afternoon rather than late in the evening. While it's not a stimulant like caffeine, many people find that Moringa's energizing effects are best utilized earlier in the day. Taking it with food can help with absorption and reduce the chance of any digestive discomfort. Combine Moringa with healthy fats for better absorption of its fat-soluble vitamins and compounds. Adding Moringa powder to a smoothie with avocado, nuts, or seeds is perfect. If you're taking Moringa capsules, having them with a meal that contains some healthy fats works well. Stay well hydrated. Adequate water intake is crucial for brain function and also helps your body process and utilize the nutrients from Moringa effectively. Keep a journal or notes about how you're feeling. It can be easy to miss gradual improvements if you're not paying attention. Jot down notes about your energy levels, focus, memory, and overall sense of well-being. After a month or two, you can look back and see if you've noticed positive changes. Be patient and consistent. Brain health improvements don't happen overnight. Give Moringa at least a month, ideally 2 to 3 months, before deciding whether it's working for you. The brain changes that support better memory and focus take time to develop. Let me talk about something that doesn't get discussed enough: the connection between gut health and brain health. Your gut and your brain are in constant communication through what's called the gut brain axis. The health of your gut microbiome, that community of trillions of bacteria living in your digestive system, directly influences your brain function, mood, and cognitive health. About 90% of your serotonin, a crucial neurotransmitter for mood and cognition, is actually produced in your gut, not your brain. This is relevant to Moringa because Moringa has been shown to have prebiotic properties, meaning it feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut. It also has antibacterial effects against harmful bacteria. By supporting a healthy gut microbiome, Moringa is indirectly supporting your brain health through this gut-brain connection. This is another example of how Moringa works through multiple pathways to support cognitive function. I want to address a concern that some people have. Can you become dependent on Moringa? The answer is no. Moringa is a food, essentially a concentrated green vegetable. Your body doesn't become dependent on it the way it might with certain medications or stimulants. However, its Moringa is filling nutritional gaps and supporting your brain function. You might notice a difference if you stop taking it, similar to how you might feel less energized if you stopped eating vegetables altogether. This isn't dependence. It's simply your body responding to changes in nutritional support. Can you take too much Moringa? While Moringa is very safe, more is not always better. Very high doses could potentially cause digestive issues or other problems. Stick to recommended doses, which typically range from 1 to 2 teaspoons of powder, or the equivalent in capsule form per day. There's no evidence that taking megadoses provides additional benefits, and it's an unnecessary expense. The goal is consistent, moderate use over time. Let me share some creative ways to incorporate Moringa into your daily routine beyond just mixing it into smoothies. You can stir Moringa powder into your morning oatmeal along with some berries and nuts. Add it to homemade energy balls or protein bars. Mix it into salad dressings or pesto. Blend it into guacamole for a nutritional boost. Stir it into yogurt or cottage cheese. Add it to scrambled eggs or omelets. Mix it into hummus or other dips. Incorporate it into soups or stews, adding it near the end of cooking to preserve nutrients. Some people even add a small amount to their coffee or tea, though the flavor combination isn't for everyone. If you're using Moringa tea, consider making it part of a mindful morning or afternoon ritual. The act of preparing and slowly enjoying a cup of tea can itself be a form of stress reduction and self-care, which supports your brain health. You're not just getting the benefits of Moringa, you're also giving yourself a moment of calm in your busy day. Now I want to talk about something crucial: setting realistic expectations. In our culture, we're bombarded with promises of quick fixes and miracle cures. Take this supplement and your memory will be perfect. Eat this superfood and you'll never forget anything again. That's not reality, and I refuse to make those kinds of promises to you because they're not honest or helpful. What Moringa can do is provide your brain with powerful nutritional support, protection from oxidative damage, anti-inflammatory benefits, and support for healthy neurotransmitter function and blood flow. For many people, this translates into noticeable improvements in focus, mental clarity, energy, and over time, memory function. But it's not going to turn you into a superhuman with perfect recall. It's not going to reverse decades of poor brain health habits overnight. It's a tool, a very good tool, but it works best as part of a comprehensive approach. Your brain's health is influenced by so many factors: your genetics, your lifestyle habits, your stress levels, your sleep quality, your diet, your level of physical activity, your social connections, your sense of purpose, whether you're learning and challenging yourself mentally. Moringa can support your brain significantly, but it can't compensate for all these other factors if they're being neglected. Think of it this way. If your brain health is like a garden, Moringa is like high-quality fertilizer. It's incredibly helpful and can make a real difference. But the garden also needs water, sunlight, good soil, and protection from pests. You need all the elements working together for the garden to truly thrive. I want to emphasize something about prevention versus treatment. The best time to start supporting your brain health is before you have serious problems. Brain changes associated with cognitive decline can begin decades before symptoms become noticeable. By the time significant memory problems appear, substantial damage may have already occurred. This is why I'm so passionate about proactive brain health. You don't need to wait until you have problems to start taking care of your brain. If you're in your 20s, 30s, or 40s and think you don't need to worry about brain health yet, I want to gently challenge that thinking. The habits and choices you make now are setting the stage for your cognitive health in the decades to come. Starting Moringa and other brain healthy practices now is like making deposits in a brain health savings account that you'll be incredibly grateful for later in life. On the other hand, if you're older and already experiencing some memory problems or cognitive changes, please don't think it's too late. It's not. Your brain maintains the ability to heal, adapt, and form new connections throughout your life. The protective and supportive effects of Moringa can still be incredibly valuable. Studies have shown improvements in cognitive function even in older adults who make positive changes. Your brain is more resilient than you might think. Let's talk about monitoring your progress. How do you know if Moringa is working for you? Here are some things to pay attention to. Notice your energy levels throughout the day. Are you experiencing less of that mid-afternoon crash? Do you feel more consistently energized? Pay attention to your ability to focus on tasks. Can you concentrate for longer periods without your mind wandering? Are you able to get into that productive flow state more easily? Observe your memory in daily life. Are you forgetting things less often? Can you remember names, where you put your keys, what you need from the store without constantly checking a list? Notice your mental clarity. Does your thinking feel sharper? Are you able to problem solve more effectively? How quickly can you recall information you need? Consider your stress resilience and mood. Do you feel calmer and more balanced? Are you less easily overwhelmed by stress? Notice your sleep quality. While this is influenced by many factors, some people report better sleep when taking Moringa regularly, which in turn supports brain function. You might also consider doing some informal cognitive testing. There are free online brain training games and memory tests you can use to track your performance over time. While these aren't scientific measures, they can give you a sense of whether your cognitive function is improving. Take a baseline measurement before starting Moringa, then retest yourself after a month and again after 3 months. I want to address something that I hear from people sometimes. They try a supplement for a week, don't notice dramatic changes, and give up. This is understandable but unfortunate, because meaningful change takes time, especially with natural approaches. Your brain is complex, and the processes we're supporting, reducing inflammation, protecting against oxidative damage, supporting neurotransmitter balance, improving circulation, these don't produce instant dramatic results the way a stimulant might. But the changes they create are deep and lasting. Think about strength training. If you lift weights for a week, you might not look dramatically different, but changes are happening at the cellular level. Your muscles are adapting, getting stronger. If you stay consistent for months, those changes become significant and visible. Brain health is similar. The benefits of Moringa are cumulative. Each day, you're providing support, protection, and nourishment. Over weeks and months, This adds up to meaningful improvements. Let me share something personal with you. I've seen so many people transform their cognitive health by taking a comprehensive approach that includes nutrition, and Moringa is often part of that equation. I've talked to people who thought their brain fog and memory problems were just something they had to live with, only to discover that with the right support, their minds could be sharp and clear again. I've seen older adults who were terrified of cognitive decline take control of their brain health and maintain impressive mental acuity well into their later years. These transformations don't happen because of Moringa alone, but Moringa is frequently a valuable piece of the puzzle. It's a concentrated source of brain-supporting nutrients and compounds that would be hard to get in sufficient quantities from diet alone. It provides protection and support that helps your brain function at its best. One thing I love about Moringa is that it's been used safely for thousands of years. This isn't some new, untested substance. It's been a food and medicine in various cultures for millennia. Modern science is now helping us understand why it works, identifying the specific compounds and mechanisms responsible for its effects. But the traditional wisdom was there all along. This combination of traditional use and modern scientific validation is powerful. You're not gambling on an untested fad. You're using something with a long track record of safety and effectiveness, now backed by research that explains the mechanisms behind the benefits. I want to talk about the economic aspect for a moment, because I know supplements can be expensive, and you want to make sure you're investing your money wisely. Moringa is actually quite affordable compared to many brain health supplements. A month's supply of quality Moringa powder typically costs less than many prescription medications or even your daily coffee habit. When you consider the comprehensive benefits, not just for your brain, but for overall health, it represents excellent value. You can also grow your own Moringa if you live in a warm climate or have a greenhouse. Moringa trees are fast-growing and relatively easy to cultivate. Fresh moringa leaves can be harvested and used in cooking or dried for later use. This is the most economical option if you have the space and climate for it. Whether you buy moringa or grow it, you're making an investment in your health. And here's the thing about health investments. They pay dividends in every area of your life. Better brain function means better performance at work, richer relationships, more enjoyment of life, greater independence as you age, and potentially avoiding or delaying cognitive decline that could drastically impact your quality of life. When you look at it that way, the cost of Moringa is minimal compared to the potential benefits. Let's discuss combining Moringa with other supplements for brain health. Moringa works well with many other brain-supporting nutrients and herbs. For example, omega-3 fatty acids from fish oil are crucial for brain health and work through different mechanisms than Moringa. The combination could be particularly powerful. B vitamins support energy production and neurotransmitter synthesis. While Moringa contains some B vitamins, additional supplementation might be beneficial, especially if you have higher needs. Curcumin from turmeric is another powerful anti-inflammatory and neuroprotective compound. It works synergistically with Moringa's benefits. Magnesium is essential for brain function, and many people are deficient. It supports memory, learning, and protects against neurodegeneration. Lion's mane mushroom is fascinating for brain health as it appears to stimulate nerve growth factor production. Combined with Moringa's neuroprotective effects, this could be a powerful combination. However, I always recommend introducing supplements one at a time, not all at once. This way you can gauge how each one affects you individually and avoid overwhelming your system. Start with Moringa. Give it a good month or two, then consider adding other supports if needed. I want to address the elephant in the room. What about more serious cognitive conditions? Can Moringa help with conditions like Alzheimer's disease, dementia, or traumatic brain injury? This is where I need to be very careful and honest with you. Moringa shows promise in research for protecting against neurodegeneration and supporting brain health, but it is not a cure for these serious conditions. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's, dementia, or another serious neurological condition, please work closely with your healthcare team. Moringa could potentially be a helpful complementary support alongside medical treatment, but it should never replace proper medical care. The neuroprotective and anti-inflammatory properties of moringa make it theoretically beneficial, and some studies suggest it might help slow progression of neurodegenerative processes. But we need much more research in this area. What I can say is that the earlier you start supporting your brain health, the better. The protective effects of compounds in moringa could help reduce your risk of developing these conditions in the first place, which is why prevention is so important. Let me give you an action plan, a clear roadmap for how to move forward if you want to try moringa for brain health. First, evaluate your current brain health and lifestyle. Where are you struggling? What habits do you need to improve? Be honest with yourself. Next, source quality moringa. Research brands, read reviews, look for organic certification and third-party testing. Choose the form that fits your lifestyle best, whether powder, capsules, or tea. Start with a low dose and gradually increase. Begin with half a teaspoon of powder or 1 capsule daily. Then increase after a week or two if you're not experiencing any issues. Establish a consistent routine. Decide when and how you'll take moringa daily. Consistency is crucial for results. Track your baseline. Before starting, note your current energy levels, focus, memory, mood, and any brain fog or other symptoms you're experiencing. Address other lifestyle factors. Commit to improving sleep, adding regular exercise, eating a brain-healthy diet, managing stress, and staying mentally and socially engaged. Keep a simple journal. Note any changes you notice in your cognitive function, energy, or well-being. Be patient. Give moringa at least 4 to 8 weeks before evaluating its effectiveness. After a month or two, reassess. Are you noticing improvements? Do you feel it's worth continuing? If you're seeing benefits, keep going. If not, consider whether your dose, timing, or other lifestyle factors need adjustment. Remember, you're not just trying a supplement. We're embarking on a journey of supporting and optimizing your brain health. Moringa is one tool, but the entire approach we've discussed, sleep, exercise, nutrition, stress management, mental stimulation, social connection, all of these work together to create a brain that functions at its best and stays healthy for decades to come. I want to leave you with something important. Your brain is one of the most precious things you have. It's the organ that makes you who you are, that holds your memories, your personality, your ability to learn and grow and connect with others. It deserves your care and attention. You wouldn't neglect your heart health or ignore signs of physical illness, and your brain deserves that same level of care and respect. The fact that you're here, watching this video, learning about ways to support your brain health, tells me something about you. It tells me that you care about your well-being, that you're proactive, that you're willing to invest in yourself. That's admirable, and it's going to serve you well, not just now, but for the rest of your life. You have more control over your brain health than you might realize. Yes, there are genetic factors, and yes, there are things outside our control. But your daily choices, the foods you eat, the supplements you take, how you move, how you sleep, how you manage stress, how you challenge your mind, these things profoundly influence your cognitive function and your risk of cognitive decline. That's empowering. That means you're not helpless. You can take action starting today to protect and enhance your brain function. Moringa is part of that action. It's a simple, safe, affordable way to provide your brain with powerful nutritional support and protection. Combined with healthy lifestyle habits, it can help you maintain the sharp mind and clear thinking you deserve. Whether you're 20 or 80, whether you're dealing with brain fog now or trying to prevent problems in the future, Moringa has something to offer. I hope this video has given you a thorough understanding of how Moringa works for brain health, what the science says, how to use it effectively, and how it fits into a comprehensive approach to cognitive wellness. Knowledge is power, but only when you act on it. The information I've shared with you today has the potential to make a real difference in your life, but only if you actually implement it. So here's my challenge to you. Take one action today. Maybe it's ordering quality Moringa to try. Maybe it's committing to getting 8 hours of sleep tonight. Maybe it's taking a walk to get your body moving and your blood flowing to your brain. Maybe it's reaching out to a friend you haven't talked to in a while for that brain-healthy social connection. Whatever it is, take one step forward today. Then tomorrow, take another step. Build momentum. Create habits that support your brain health. Your future self is counting on the choices you make today. The version of you 10, 20, 30 years from now will either thank you or wish you had taken action sooner. You have the opportunity right now to make choices that will impact your quality of life for decades to come. That's significant. That's powerful. That's worth your attention and effort. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. Millions of people around the world are working to support their brain health, making similar choices, facing similar challenges. You're part of a community of people who refuse to accept cognitive decline as inevitable, who believe in the power of proactive health, who understand that small, consistent actions lead to big results over time. If you found this information valuable, I'd love for you to share it with someone who might benefit. Maybe you know someone struggling with brain fog or memory problems. Maybe you have a parent or grandparent concerned about staying mentally sharp as they age. Share this knowledge. Help others discover that they have options, that there are natural, safe ways to support brain health. And please, keep learning. This video is a starting point, not the end point. Continue educating yourself about brain health. Stay curious. Try things and see what works for your unique body and brain. Listen to your body's signals. Work with healthcare providers who support your proactive approach to wellness. Your brain is capable of remarkable things. It can adapt, heal, grow, and strengthen at any age. With the right support, including the powerful nutrients and compounds found in Moringa, combined with healthy lifestyle practices, you can maintain mental clarity, sharp focus, and strong memory throughout your life. You can protect yourself against cognitive decline. You can optimize your brain function and experience the confidence and capability that comes with a healthy, well-functioning mind. This is absolutely possible for you. I've seen it happen for countless people, and there's no reason it can't happen for you too. It starts with believing that change is possible, with committing to yourself and your health, and with taking consistent action. You've already started by watching this video and learning. Now keep going. Take the next step, and the next one. Build a life and a set of habits that support the brain you want and deserve. Thank you so much for being here, for caring about your health, for being willing to learn and take action. I'll believe in your ability to create positive change in your brain health and your life. Now go out there and make it happen. Your sharp, focused, healthy brain is waiting for you.